Hola, me llamo Carlitos y tengo 16 años. Cuando tenía 14 años aprendí español en un año. One of the main problems with people trying to learn a second language is they think they can use one source to do it. Like, oh, let me try Duolingo, let me try Rosetta Stone. No, Mango is better. And that's all good, but a language encompasses everything. And so if you want to be able to learn a language, you have to look for multiple sources. One of the most important things when you're learning a language is to stay motivated, because it's a big task. And so a lot of people tend to try a little bit and then they give up and then they kind of forget about it. So one of the most important things you can do to stay motivated is by learning a language with something you like to do. For instance, if you really like reading in English, then try learning Spanish by, or whatever language you want to learn, by reading books. Or if you really like listening to things, then try podcasts. If you like watching television, then there are lots of great series and movies out there. So that's an important thing, is to try to find something that keeps you motivated. Another thing is to tell everyone that you're learning the language, because then they'll hold you accountable for it. Then they'll ask you frequent questions like, oh, how is your said language going? How's everything going for you? And it keeps you on your toes and it keeps you ready to tell them what you've worked on and what you progressed on. If you want specific sources for learning a language, then there are lots of them out there that you can combine to make things good. Like, for instance, when I'm learning vocabulary, I tend to use Quizlet because there's lots of lists out there that you can learn the vocabulary for. Or if you're trying to figure out how to form sentences, if you're looking to comprehension, then read books or watch movies. A lot of the big challenge for learning Spanish is trying to conjugate your verbs. I know that's with a lot of the languages. If you're studying any of the Romance languages, Italian, French, Portuguese. So I have a website that I use that's called Conjuguemos. It translates to Let's Conjugate. So if you go to conjuguemos.com, there's verb lessons on there for conjugating verbs, and there are practice sessions that you can do, which really helped me when I was trying to learn Spanish, because a big part of the challenge is being able to conjugate the verbs that you have to. For those of you that don't know, conjugation is like where you make the verb fit the subject. You need the right reasons for studying a language. If you are studying a language because you want to impress your best friend with your cool new French, then you're probably going to fail at that goal. If you really want to study a language, then you need the proper motivation, like being able to talk with family members or even being able to go on a great trip. That's a big part of how I learned Spanish, is that I wanted to go to Colombia, but my parents said no because they were worried I would get hurt or get lost, or any manner of bad things could happen to me. And so, as a deterrent, something to stop me, they told me that I had to learn Spanish in order to pass the AP test before I went. So what I did was I rose up to that challenge instead of backing down from it, and I studied and I studied, and I got a 5 on the AP test, and I got to go to Colombia. So it just really goes to show that if you can manage to find a target goal to set for yourself, and you can manage to pursue that goal with lots of hard work and lots of determination, then it will all turn out well.
Y buena suerte con todo esto en la cuarentena, porque sé que estos momentos pueden ser difíciles para todos. Ojalá que les haya servido de algo el video, y espero que puedan aprender algo de mí y aprender que con toda la determinación necesaria que podemos lograr nuestras metas y hacer todo lo necesario para aprender un segundo idioma o lo que sea. Y chao, gracias.